This is the BBC.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, Oscar-winning director Steven Soderbergh is back. He tells me how a film script adapting it for TV. Also, the Golden Shovel anthology is honouring the great American poet Gwendolyn Brooks by creating a new poetic form. Slam poet and playwright Kat Francois is here, and she's living dangerously because she's going to write her very own Golden Shovel poem while we're on air. Kat, I have to admit, I didn't even know what a Golden Shovel poem was before today, so explain it to us.
Oh, okay. So basically, a Golden Shovel poem is you take a line or a few lines from a poem, a poet hopefully that you admire and you like their word, and you have to work it into the last line of each. It's the last word of each line of the poem that you've written. So say it's I went to the park. Basically, you would have to, the last line would have to end with I, then the other line would have to end with went, the next line would have to end with to, and the final line would have to end with park.
Wow.
So when you look down, you can read what it says.
Well, Kat, you're a brave woman because you're going to attempt to do that while we're in studio tonight. So thank you for that. And we look forward to hearing it at the end of this show. We'll come back to you then. Now, after the success of Ocean Sunday at 9 p.m, well, Kat Francois is with us. Kat, you've been working on your Golden Shovel poem throughout the programme. I think you've got it done, have you?
I think so.
Tell me first, which poet did you choose and which line of poetry did you use?
I chose Maya Angelou, and I chose a couple of her lines. Would you like me to tell you what lines they were? Wives run around like banshees, sing the blues. Now, if you listen closely, and storm clouds are gathering.
Wonderful.
So they're not in that order, so you have to listen to where they go in.
Well, please, let's hear the poem.
We are raised to be obedient wives, for our laundry to behave impeccably and never run, for us to cook clean white comfort, phonetically hamster wheel round, to cover a husband, a child, a home we'll hopefully like. Yet we end up screaming banshees, as calm weather will eventually transform into a storm. There are no eternally placid clouds. Feeble is not what we are. So watched open-mouthed as we create a defiant gathering. The wave of change cannot be halted now. There will be no wavering or what if. No begging to go back to the old version of you. The world will learn to listen. Listen to what we do not say more closely. Some mouths were not born to sing, but that is not a good enough reason to ignore the less vocally gifted who will crudely shout the blues.
Wow, Kat, thank you very much indeed for that. Kat, what do you think about this form as a way of paying homage to another poet's work?
I think I'd never tried it before, and I think I found it pretty exciting. It was a little bit of pressure at first, but once I got my head around it, it actually was quite exciting to figure out how can I end, each sentence with a pre-described word. Especially the hardest word for me was to end a sentence with the. But the lovely thing about poetry, you can obviously break that form. I think it's good. I think it's definitely something I will do in the future, and definitely something I will use in workshops as well.
Wonderful. Well, Kat, thank you very much indeed for that, Kat Francois there. And that's all we've got time for tonight. On tomorrow's show...